You can be in deep ketosis, your test strip showing the darkest shade of purple. You can be eating bacon and butter, doing everything the gurus told you to do, and still not lose a single pound. In fact, you might even see the scale creep up, while your ketone numbers look perfect. If that sounds frustratingly familiar, you're not alone, and it's not your fault. You were just given a half-truth that sounds like it makes sense, but actually hides the real rule for fat loss. It's the single biggest myth in the entire keto world, a myth that sounds logical, but is the very thing holding you back. The myth is this: you have to eat fat to burn fat. Today we're going to dismantle that myth, because the secret to breaking a keto weight loss stall isn't to eat more fat. It's to strategically eat less of it. Here's how your body actually chooses its fuel. Picture two fuel bowls sitting in front of your body's engine. Bowl A is full of the dietary fat you just ate, the butter in your coffee, the oil on your salad, the fat in your steak. Bowl B is your stored body fat, the energy you've been carrying around your waist, hips, and thighs for years. When you eat a high-fat meal, you fill up Bowl A. Your body, being incredibly efficient, says, "Great, easy fuel. I'll burn this first." And scientific studies confirm this. High-fat meals dramatically increase post-meal dietary fat oxidation. Your body is literally programmed to burn what you just ate first. It produces ketones from that dietary fat, and yes, you are in nutritional ketosis. But here's the crucial part. It never touches Bowl B. Your body will always burn the fat from your plate before it even considers unlocking the fat from your body. The number one mistake people make on a keto diet plan for weight loss is keeping Bowl A so full that their body never has a reason to use the fuel in Bowl B. You are in ketosis, yes, but you're just burning your breakfast. You aren't burning your body fat. The real goal isn't just to make ketones. The goal is to make your body produce ketones from its own stored supply, and that only happens when Bowl A is running a little bit lower. You're probably thinking, but wait, I was told to eat a ton of fat when I started. And you weren't wrong, that was just phase 1. But there's a phase 2 that almost everyone forgets. You have to understand there are two distinct phases of a successful ketogenic diet. Phase 1 is the transition phase. This is your first 2 to 4 weeks. During this time, eating a higher amount of fat is incredibly useful. It keeps you full, it helps your body adapt from being a sugar burner to a fat burner, and it makes the transition away from carbs much, much easier. This is also when electrolytes are critical. As you cut carbs, your body flushes out water, and with it goes salt, potassium, and magnesium. Simply adding these back in, a pinch of salt in your water, some avocado for potassium, is the secret to avoiding the keto flu and keeping your energy high. But many people get stuck in phase 1, eating fat bombs for months, wondering why the scale has stopped moving. If you've been eating high fat for more than 4 weeks and your weight loss has stalled, it is time to shift.
Welcome to Phase 2, the fat loss phase. This is where the real results happen. Once your body is keto adapted and comfortable using fat for fuel, it's time to intentionally lower your dietary fat intake. Not to zero, but to a moderate level. This is what finally forces your body to turn to its own reserves for energy. This is how you open up Bowl B. So how do you make this shift without feeling hungry or deprived? It's not about switching to low-fat foods. It's about being smarter with your fat sources. It means you skip the fat bomb after dinner. You don't drown your steak in 3 tablespoons of butter. You let the natural fat in the meat be enough. You swap the handful of macadamia nuts for a handful of olives. You stop pouring MCT oil into everything, and instead, you fill your plate with more high-fiber vegetables. Drop a comment with the word "stuck" right now if this sounds like the phase you've been in. This brings us to what a perfect keto fat loss plate actually looks like. It is not a greasy plate of just bacon and cheese. Think of this ratio. The majority of your plate, over half of it, should be loaded with non-starchy, fibrous vegetables. Think broccoli, cauliflower, spinach, and asparagus. About a quarter of your plate should be a moderate portion of protein, like salmon or chicken thigh, which is crucial for keeping you full and protecting your muscle. The fat on this plate isn't something you add on. It's the fat that naturally comes with the protein, plus a drizzle of olive oil on your greens. Just enough for flavor, not enough to keep bowl A overflowing. This plate composition naturally creates a calorie deficit without the hunger, because protein and fiber are what truly delivers satiety. And speaking of protein, that fear that eating too much of it will kick you out of ketosis, for most people, this is a vastly overblown concern. The satiety and muscle-sparing benefits you get from adequate protein are far more important for fat loss than worrying about a tiny potential rise in glucose. Clinicians consistently advise moderate protein for this very reason.
But even if you get this plate perfect, there are two hidden saboteurs that can still stop your progress dead in its tracks. The first is hidden carbs in so-called keto-friendly foods. You have to become a detective and read every label. The biggest offender is a sugar alcohol called maltitol. It's cheap, so companies love it, but here's the shock. While pure table sugar has a glycemic index of 65, maltitol syrup has a GI of 52. It can have a significant impact on your blood sugar, kicking you right out of fat-burning mode. If you see maltitol, tapioca starch, corn fiber, or maltodextrin on the label, put it back on the shelf. Stick to sweeteners like stevia, monk fruit, or erythritol. The second saboteur isn't an ingredient, it's a habit. If you find yourself constantly trying to bake keto cookies and find a low-carb replacement for every dessert you used to love, you might be winning the carb battle, but you're losing the habit war. You're keeping the mental pathways of "I need something sweet" alive and well. The single most powerful lever to break this habit? Shorten your eating window. By combining your well-formulated keto diet with intermittent fasting, even just closing your eating window to 8 hours a day, you give your insulin levels a long, uninterrupted break. This is when your body can truly ramp up its fat-burning machinery. And this isn't just an opinion. Recent studies have shown that combining a ketogenic diet with time-restricted eating leads to superior fat loss compared to just a standard calorie-restricted keto diet. It's the ultimate 1-2 punch for breaking a plateau.
Finally, we need to talk about the scale, because that number can be a liar. You know that feeling when you've been on keto for a month, you haven't lost much weight, but your clothes are suddenly looser and you can see a difference in the mirror? There is a very real scientific reason for that. Muscle tissue is far denser than fat tissue. As you eat adequate protein and move a little more, you can be building lean muscle while your fat cells are shrinking. You are literally swapping out fluffy, bulky fat for sleek, dense muscle. This is a massive victory, but the scale won't show it. It might even go up a pound. This is why you have to stop judging your success by that one number. The true indicators that your keto diet is working have nothing to do with the scale. The real signs are these. Your constant gnawing hunger is gone. Your energy levels are stable all day long without that 3 p.m. crash. Your brain feels sharp and clear. You don't need to pee on a stick to know if you're burning fat. If you feel those things, you are succeeding. So starting today, you have the tool to break through your plateau. You now understand the single most important secret of a true fat loss keto diet. The goal isn't just to eat fat, it's to become an expert at burning your own. Now that you know the what and the why, you need the how. In the next video, I'm giving you the exact 7-day Phase 2 meal plan. Zero guesswork. I'll show you what to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner to keep Bowl A low enough to finally start burning body fat without feeling hungry. So you can start tomorrow. Click subscribe and turn on all notifications so you don't miss it. It's the practical blueprint you've been looking for.